Hi and welcome. Étude in A minor, opus 36, number 13 by Alexandre Goedicke. Let's listen to it first of all. So it's in the key of A minor, and it starts with that wonderful classic A minor hand position, doesn't it? And the shape of that very first two bars, he's got a pattern going. The notes of the chord moving up the keyboard. And then from that C there's a going down thing, and then a going up thing. And that's all in that A minor hand position. I wonder if we can move it somewhere else on the keyboard. We're in the key of A minor, as we've said. That means it's lots of white notes on the keyboard. Upper fourth from an A. A, B, C, D. Let me try and play it on a D. So there we are, both hands in a D position. And what was it? It was down from the F, then up from the F. That's exactly the same fingering, same pattern, same shape. Upper fourth from a D. D, E, F, G. G, A, B, C. Let's try and link that all together. A little exercise. And on the E chord, we like our chord 5 to be major, which links us very nicely back to A. I mentioned chord 5, A, B, C, D, E, just the chord built on the 5th note of the scale. So that's a great little exercise for helping our memory and shifting that pattern around. Now let's turn back to the music for a moment and let's just work our way through it slowly, thinking what's going on. We've worked on that already, and we can see that it's an arpeggio shape, isn't it? It starts off as an arpeggio shape before becoming a bit more scale-like. And we need to just play that as if it's one line, but it's shared between our hands. So we don't want different articulations, we want it to feel like one thing. And of course in the second bar, the left hand chips in with an accompaniment, and it's all nice and quiet and delicate. These left hand chords have those tenuto signs on them. Just a little bit of a lean on those and make sure they really are worth their full value. Just a tiny gap between each one. Which is tricky, especially because the right hand is keeping legato all the time through that. Let's do it again. Okay, the next phrase is, we know this now. We've already done that. I've played 3 notes there. It's only meant to be 2, isn't it? We must watch out for that. Let's move on. The fingering here, I think I quite like 5th finger on that G sharp, but 4th could work really well as well. You decide what fits best for your hand. Again, really smooth right hand. And the right hand, I think starting with the 3rd makes good sense. And then just over the top there. It's got a very definite pattern, and that one could easily catch us out, can't it? And those chords A little bit of a move to find that one. I find I've got chords that are tricky, and it's really helpful is to, that chord for example, is quite a tricky one. Let's see if I can find it an octave higher. E in the bass, let's follow my fifth finger. Yeah, okay, E in the bass. Let's try and follow my thumb. D, thumb to D. So if I keep that vague shape, that might help. But we always want to have our hand very relaxed as well. And the second half of the piece is that, isn't it? I think that must be bar 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is. Halfway point. We're going somewhere, aren't we? He's moving to a different key, I think. And that chord is really important, and that phrase is growing. And then quite a confident sound here, I think. Which brings me to the pedal. If you wanted to, I think this would be a really good place to get the pedal going. Because those left-hand chords now, they're not got tenuto signs, and they ain't got no rests after them either. So we need to give them their full value. And I think we can link them up beautifully with the pedal. So pedal is down. As I play the next chord, my pedal is going to come up, down, up, down, up, down. And by doing that up, down very quickly as I play the chords, that is going to make it nice and smooth. And it means that there's a bit of blurring of the right hand notes, but I don't think it'll affect the sound too much. Let's have a listen to it and see. Up, down. New phrase here. It works really well, I think, with a bit of pedal there. If we didn't have the pedal, that can work well too. Let's just have a listen to it without the pedal. And I'll just try and hold those on as best I possibly can. So in places there'll be tiny gaps between those chords, but it works well too. And the last two bars, yeah, we need to slow down and die away at the end. And again, there's some tricky chords there that we're going to want to drill, make sure we know what where we're going. Perhaps that kind of exercise may help too. I'm now just going to play it through just slower than it ought to be to finish off. 1, 2, 1.